Turkey's parliament is set to decide whether the country will consider one of the greatest transformations since the beginning of the republic, changing to a presidential system.
Milletimiz için hayır olsun. Ülkemiz için hayır olsun. İnşallah yeni bir dönemin başlangıcı olsun.
The government has submitted a constitution amendment plan to Parliament. Changes include doing away with the role of Prime Minister and having a unitary presidential system, separating and defining the three branches of government from each other, with the President only in charge of the executive branch. The President will have a term of 5 years and will be able to remain the leader of their party. They will also be able to directly appoint the heads of military and intelligence agencies, university rectors, senior bureaucrats, and some top judicial bodies. The constitutional draft is expected to pass through Parliament, with support from the ruling AK Party and the nationalist MHP. It will then be put to the people in a referendum, likely to be held early or middle of next year. Turkey's current constitution was drafted following a military coup in 1980. It strengthened the president's role, giving them the power to step in to avoid future political stalemates. It's been amended several times since then, and the ruling AK Party says it has now lost its essence and is holding Turkey back. The government says the current system of a president and prime minister is problematic, with a crisis of double legitimacy. And it has allowed for fragile coalitions, which have made the government weak. It says the new system will be more efficient and help Turkey to develop faster. But critics are concerned there will be too much concentration of power, allowing for potential abuse of executive powers without parliamentary approval, and that it's a move towards authoritarian rule. Does Turkey need to change its constitution? And will a presidential system be beneficial for its development and democracy, or harmful? Yvette McCullough, The Newsmakers.
Well, I'm joined now by Khalil Berktay. He's a Turkish historian at Sabancı University here in Istanbul. Thank you very much for joining us, sir.
My pleasure.
Does Turkey need this change now?
I think it does, yes. We are at a very critical turning point. The Republic, the Turkish Republic, as we used to know it, the Republic created on Unitarian Kemalist nation-state principles after the national struggle in the early 1920s. I think it has become historically obsolete. Turkey has become enormously bigger. It has grown from maybe 12 or 13 millions to nearly 80 millions. I don't know the exact figure. It has become a much more developed and complex society. At the same time, it has outgrown its old political culture, but has not yet been able to substitute a new political culture for it. Turkish society is not an easy one to hold together and to govern. There are disparities and there are maximalisms. Maximalisms that were once held in check by the heavy authoritarian hand of the military bureaucratic establishment. And so it was this that held, not necessarily in a positive sense, but it was this that helped hold society together. But now the lid is off.
So you believe that power needs to be invested in the president. There won't be a prime minister anymore. There'll be more powers to the president. Here's my question. Are there going to be enough checks and balances to ensure that the president, and that goes beyond President Erdogan, whoever will become president later on, there'll be enough checks and balances to ensure that it doesn't become authoritarian, as some people
I see it in the text. I simply do not understand why people are horrified or pretend to be horrified by this text. I think it is a decent presidential system. There is nothing specially negative or extraordinarily negative about it, given that it involves a switch from a parliamentary to a presidential system. There are things that people are not used to, like the non-existence of a prime minister, or that the cabinet members appointed by the president will not be subject to a vote of confidence, but then neither are they subject to any such vote of confidence in any other full-fledged presidential system.
So then let me ask you how you think people will vote. So if, as we expect, it will get passed in Parliament, there'll be enough votes, you have our party, you have the MHP coming together, so there'll be enough votes, and then it gets put to a referendum. We saw the Italians saying, hey, we need a streamlined presidential system, it'll make things easier. We're not in the age of Mussolini anymore, we have this clunky, terrible system. We need more powers invested in the president. The Italian people said no. Yes. So what are the chances of the Turkish people saying no?
I think that it is likely to pass. At the moment, public opinion polls are showing the potential yes voters like 5 or 6 percentile points.
I don't believe those guys anymore after Brexit
right.
and Trump and all of that.
After Brexit and Trump. Still, let me put it this way. Apart from just shouting loudly, or apart from claiming that there is a hidden monstrosity where there actually isn't any, there is no good reason why this constitutional change should not be accepted. In every case, I think that a lot of care and pain has been taken to ensure that legislative powers remain firmly in the hands of Parliament, in the hands of the National Assembly. So I don't really see all that menace-mongering that has, I don't know what else to call it, that has been taking place over the previous 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay, unfortunately we are out of time. Khalil Berktay, it's been a pleasure talking to you, sir, but I've got to wrap.
My pleasure.
Hope to talk to you soon.